This video is for anyone that's currently struggling with something that they feel like they can't get out of, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, or environmental or relational. It doesn't matter, because I'm here to tell you today why the fact that this is happening to you could be the best thing you've ever experienced, and why unfortunate events have the power to transform us completely and actually make us grow beyond what we ever thought we could. Welcome to my channel. My name is Schindelka, and here I talk about everything related to mindfulness, spirituality, and our way to recovery and a happy life. I'm very grateful that you are here today, and I hope you enjoy this video. With that quick introduction being said, by the way, I'm holding this little Buddha with me today. I don't know why, it just makes me peaceful. So I want to get right into this video. Maybe first of all, why am I discussing this topic and why am I making this video? Well, for those that have been following me for a while know that I have a very long history with mental. I don't like to use the word illness because I don't believe in that, but the word struggles suits better. So I have a big history with mental struggles and with other struggles as well. I had a severe eating disorder, depression, and I experienced existential anxiety and DPDR. And while each of those episodes or each of those struggles really just hit me to the ground when I was experiencing them, and this goes for my breakups as well, by the way, when I experienced heartbreak, each of these experiences really tore me to the ground when I was in the middle of them and when I was experiencing them. But when I look back on them right now, I am so grateful that I experienced each and every one of them, because the way to best explain how unfortunate events or unfortunate happenings can transform us is I can best explain it by a quote I saw the other day, and it went like this: when the ego is uncomfortable, the soul is expanding. What do I mean with this? When our ego, which is our kind of tormentor, the human part of us that likes to torment us and likes to create obsessive thoughts and anxiety and all these mental struggles, when that part is getting challenged, so when we are feeling bad or when we are in challenge or in discomfort, is actually when our soul, our heart, the part of us that we really are, is expanding. And every time that we are torn out of our comfort zone, every time we experience something that really hurts us, that really makes us feel pain and discomfort and anxiety and makes us question everything we even believed in, well, we actually are growing inside, because every time that there's chaos, the chaos means that behind that there is a new structure, a new order being created, a new higher level of peace. And to make it kind of clear, because for some people that this might be a little vague or a little abstract, but to make this clear for me, I'll just kind of explain what I learned from each unfortunate event and how this made me grow as a person. So first of all, when I was 17, 18, I had a very severe eating disorder. I experienced anorexia and bulimia, and together with that, a very severe depression. And this went on for about 2 years. So when I was experiencing that, I remember thinking that I would never be able to get out of it, that I would always be stuck in the same cycle, the same situation, and that happiness basically just wasn't meant for me. And when I started to recover, and well, for me, recovery actually went really abruptly. I'll put that video where I talk about that in the link below. When I started to just kind of completely transform out of that, I can best show it like this. So the first thing I experienced was depression and an eating disorder, which caught me really low. Then I started to get more tools on how to recover. And these tools are not just tools that I could use for my recovery to get back to the same level, but they were actually tools that once I got to the same level, well, I had a lot more tools that I could use to be even happier. And so I started to grow. And what I then did was I started to realize who I was. I went to university. I could finally go in a dorm room. I got my first relationship. I got um, a lot of friends. And so that's what I actually gained from that experience, because I started to grow and I started to feel a lot better about life in general. And I started to get a little closer to who I was by studying philosophy and just doing other things. And so then my first heartbreak came, which I know for a lot of people, as we can feel like the worst thing that ever happens to you in the entire world. So I was stuck in a heartbreak for 9 months, which again felt like chaos and disruption. But once I started to recover from that, I actually started to discover what self love is and what it means to be happy on your own and to find that kind of stability to enjoy life just on your own. And that made me go travel and discover a lot of places and gain experiences that I would never have if I was still in that relationship. And so the next thing that then happened, I would say, is the existential anxiety um, and the derealization, depersonalization, which came with that. I think this was for me the most intense thing I ever experienced, because it's kind of an anxiety against life. So you're fighting everything that's happening, and so that was very, very stressful for me and very, very chaotic, and made me just question my whole reality, question my whole entire life. This happened when I was like 20 or 21. And but the thing that gave me, because the only tools I could use for recovery from that was kind of spiritual tools. So I started meditating, I started to go on an inner journey, I started to practice mindfulness, I started doing breathing exercises, I started to discover about spirituality and the universe. And that was actually the start of my spiritual awakening and my spiritual practice, which has got me even more sky high than I could have ever imagined. So if I look back on my track, I started here, I went here, I got up, I went down again, I got up, but each time that I got up, I went higher and higher. And when we get that mindset behind our struggles, once we understand that things don't happen to us, but they happen for us so that we can use these unfortunate events to grow, nothing can stop us anymore. Nothing can break us anymore, and nothing can destroy us, because every obstacle that we face, every unfortunate event won't just be something that's going to send us back or that's going to break us down, but it's actually going to be that little push we need to get out of our comfort zone, learn new tools, and grow enormously. And this for me has been the most useful mindset to ever go about unfortunate events. The opposite of that is to go into victim mentality, which means that you take it personal and that you interpret unfortunate events as things that happen to you, that you're not meant to be happy, or you're not meant to be lucky, that you will never ever be a happy, peaceful person. But the only person who decides what's going to happen after that unfortunate event is you. And the only way that you can change, either going from staying in the bottom or actually moving up, is to say, okay, I'm going to look at this unfortunate event as the best thing that ever happened to me, because it's going to teach me so much that I would never know if I wouldn't experience this right now. And with that being said, I want to tell you that whatever you're experiencing right now, whatever you're going through, is going to be a blessing if you allow it to be. If you allow yourself to get that perspective, to look on that thing as the best thing that ever happened to you. Because for me, even though I had 2 heartbreaks, I had anxiety, very major anxiety, DPDR, I had an eating disorder, I had depression, and I'm only 23. All these things for me, I count as the biggest blessings I ever experienced, because it made me now the most peaceful and happy person I could ever be, and able to coach people and help people and discover my life's purpose and passion as a life coach as well. So I would never trade it for the world. I would never want to go back to that 16-year-old girl that just didn't know what life and setbacks were yet. So I really hope this kind of motivated you. I hope this kind of helps you to look at your situation differently if you're experiencing something that you don't know how to get out of. And I'm here for you. If you need a coach or someone to help you get through this, you can always go to my website to get some more information on coaching or courses that I'm teaching. And you're always welcome to follow me on Instagram, to join the community there, and to join my YouTube channel by subscribing. So leave a comment if you enjoyed this video and how you can interpret your bad situation as a blessing. And I really hope to see you next time in another video. Bye. Sending you much love and peace.